You, who have pressed your ear to the whispering walls of history. Come, sit. Pour yourself a cup of tea. Or if it's night where you are, wrap a blanket around your shoulders. For tonight, I want to tell you the tale of a falcon that took flight from the nest of the horizon. A boy remembered by history with a simple name, Mehmed. But the world came to know him as, the Conqueror of Constantinople. In the year 835 AH, 1432 CE, on a rainy spring night in the city of Edirne, a child was born. It is said that on that very night, a blind old man in the market cried out, "The Caesar of the Muslims has come." His mother was Mehmed Khatun, a Serbian noblewoman. His father, Sultan Mehmed II, a thoughtful man devoted to silence and spiritual retreat. They named the newborn Mehmed. And I, while leafing through old scrolls in the Olive Horn Library, found a line written by his tutor, "In this child's eyes, I saw cities burning, cities that had not yet been conquered." Little Mehmed did not waste his time in childish play. He practiced calligraphy instead of games, and studied ancient maps of Europe as his toys. Great teachers stood beside him, none greater than Akshemseddin, the Sufi who always walked a few steps behind him, like a quiet shadow. He opened languages like windows, Arabic for religion, Persian for poetry, Greek to know his enemies, and Latin to unlock the secrets of the West. At night, when other children were asleep, the light in his room would still be burning. He would stare out his window, toward the distant horizon. Toward that white city on the blue shore. Constantinople. At the age of 12, he became sultan. But his child kingdom was soon battered by storms. The Crusaders marched on the gates of the empire. Mehmed wrote to his father, "If you are the sultan, return and take command. If I am the sultan, I order you, return and lead." And so, his father returned, and crushed the Crusaders at Varna. But Mehmed understood, his time had not yet come. So, he returned to study. To prepare. In the year 855 AH, 1451 CE, Mehmed ascended the throne once again. But this time, he was no child. He was a man, in whose silence the thunder of cannon slept. He no longer wished to live in history. He wanted to create it. His first words were, "Constantinople is a promise that must be fulfilled." He built cannons so mighty, the very earth trembled at their roar. With the help of a Hungarian engineer, the colossal Sahi cannon was forged, a giant beast of iron that devoured city walls. And then, his ships. They crossed over mountains. Laid on wooden beams, greased and roped, they slid across dry land until they reached the Golden Horn. 53 days. And I swear by God. In an old document written by a Byzantine priest, I once read, "The earth beneath our feet shook." And in the dawn, the cry of Allahu Akbar echoed through Constantinople. Sultan Mehmed entered the city on horseback. He told his soldiers, "No looting. From today, this city carries us on its shoulders." He walked into the grand church, Hagia Sophia. Stood in silence before the altar. Then, with a single prostration, he turned 1,000 years of history. From that day forth, Constantinople became Istanbul. The city of Islam. A capital where East and West met. He wielded the sword, but played chess with scholars. In the halls of his palace, he debated Greek philosophy. In the heart of battle, he led like no other. He built mosques, schools, hospitals, and courts. He knew, to rule the world, one must also conquer hearts. In the year 886 AH, 1481 CE, Sultan Mehmed prepared for a grand campaign. Some say he was headed for Rome. Others believe it was Egypt. But somewhere near Gebs, in a tent by the road, his heart went silent. They say it was poison. Perhaps betrayal. Perhaps destiny. They buried the Sultan in Istanbul. Upon his tombstone, these words were carved, "O Conqueror of Constantinople, sleep in peace. For you fulfilled the promise of the messenger." And I, this old fox. To this day, I can still feel the sound of his horse's hooves echo through Istanbul's nights. And if you open the ears of your heart, you too shall hear them. O you who have strayed far from history, learn from the one who wrote with both book and sword. Until we meet again, in another scroll, I am the old owl, guardian of dust-laden night.